So one of the unique things about this project for the Cruzen-Murray Library in the context of the Arizona AIA convention this year and the lessons learned exhibit is we're still very much learning the lessons for the project because we're still under construction. We've got about 3 more months of construction to complete the building. So you'll see that in the video where we went up and interviewed folks at the job site in the building. There's clanking in the background that you'll hear. So, but we're excited to share this story with you. One of the big drivers for the project was views into and out of the building. So it was allowing the library to have a strong visual connection to the oldest building on campus, which is directly south, which is Sterry Hall. But then also have a connection to the remainder of the campus, which is from south all the way around the west up to the north. And then beyond that to the north to have a connection to the landscape, the local landscape and the mountain ranges that are off in the distance. And then also have the ability for the library to act as a bit of a kind of a cultural beacon on the campus at night so that it's a little bit of a lantern filtered through the shade fence that attracts the students in the evening.
We were looking for a really warm, light-filled space with lots of different options. Students some of them like to sort of curl up in a nook in the sun and study, and others are using technology and they need a little bit more controlled light.
So, the building itself is in ellipse in plan, which is unusual for a library. And the interesting thing is because of the orientation of the major axis of the ellipse, it's truly due north-south. So in a lot of ways, the building acts as a sundial throughout the day and throughout the year. So in order to achieve the desire from the library side of really daylit natural space and a very sustainable building, we did a really rigorous analysis of daylighting and kind of the solar paths around the building. And that led us to the idea of this array of shade fins on the perimeter. And each one of those shade fins is rotated to sort of accept light into the building at times of day and times of the year that we want to let light in, and to sort of at least filter light at those hotter times of the year in June, July, and August.
So with the desire to have a lantern building with uninterrupted views around the entire perimeter of the building, we had to minimize, or had a desire to minimize, the mullions as much as possible, which required these oversized, highly performant pieces of glass, which Carew was uniquely qualified to provide to this project to allow us to create the views that we needed without having to compromise the design.
We had no concerns from a glass production point of view. The largest IG on this project was 177 inches high. We can produce up to 350 inches low E IGU here at Carew Glass, so it wasn't a problem. The glass plays such a huge role in the overall look of the exterior that the quality of the product was very important to us and to ensure a real aesthetic appeal. I suppose for the Cruzen-Murray Library, we were able to offer the design team an oversized, high-performance IG that allowed their vision to be realised, as well as hitting all the performance criteria required for such an energy-efficient building.
We decided, with working with the contractor, to go to a flat beam segmented roof structure, which then required that we reconceptualize how we generated the smooth curved ceiling system. Doing a little bit of research, we quickly came upon USG's curved drywall ceiling system, and after reaching out to Carrie Lemon, we found within a matter of hours that their system was going to be the perfect system for our ceiling.
So we have a ceiling specialty team. They're based in Westlake, Ohio, and they're all architects, which is really helpful, so they can kind of speak your language and work with CAD drawings and that sort of stuff. So I reached out to them, just kind of, can we do this type of thing? And you guys definitely had a very complex shape and this convex, concave shape. From there, then we kind of went back and forth. You guys shared the sections and your renderings and stuff, which was very helpful. I know Nick's concern was just making sure that that curve looked curved and not segmented.
Yeah.
So really just being able to kind of get that point across, and so we were able to reach out to the plant. They said that we can bend at 30 inches to 5,000 inches inch radius. That 5,000 is basically straight at that point, and I think you had a fairly large radius that, you know, it still would have that curved look.
If you come up with an idea, our solutions group can really come up with something that's going to fit it. Our architectural reps, you know, starts there, where they go out and see the, you know, architects, find the jobs, find out your certain criteria, because let's face it, not too many people are doing a curved ceiling, not like this. And so by having the drywall suspension system, you know, engineered to create that look, it saves contractors time, it saves money, and you get a perfect system. So it's really a conglomeration of all the groups coming together.
The engineering team at Hunter Douglas was also exceptional in the fact that their system, as designed, is a pretty set kit of parts. It's an off-the-shelf system that attaches to a fixed point, top and bottom, in a very simple way. But of course, our project, we have a suspended tension ring, so it required that we customize quite a few elements within the system, and Hunter Douglas never shied away or, you know, balked at that for a second.
The first time I was really introduced to interest of strip screen here in North America, but it wasn't until one of you showed me the rendering where I got to actually see how the building looked, the changing roof line, the curvature, that is when I just, what a marriage of product and project. But this constant push, this evolution to come up with build a better mousetrap, a better way of accomplishing solar control. It's been really exciting. It keeps your job interesting. You're always in school, you're always learning something new.